Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Dave. I'm Dave, and this is coffee. Yes, it is. Yeah. Much better than the 7-Eleven coffee I picked up this morning. I just couldn't wait. I know there's good coffee waiting for me here, but I just couldn't wait. And 7-Eleven coffee is not that good. It's not terrible. I've had worse. But that has nothing to do with today's episode. That was just pointless banter. For today's episode, we're going to be turning to the book of Proverbs. And specifically, Proverbs 26, verse 11. As a dog returneth to its own vomit, so does a fool returneth to his folly. And what does that mean? Well, dogs will eat their own throw up. It's disgusting, but if you have a dog, I'm sure you know this. They'll also try to eat what's in the cat box if you also have a cat. Dogs are kind of gross that way. Dogs are awesome. I love dogs, but they're gross. Let's face it. But as a dog goes back to his puke and laps it up, so does a fool to his foolishness, to his folly, to his mistakes. And that's something that I found in my life that is 111% true. People repeat the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. They keep going back to the things that harm them, that they know is not good for them, that they know will mess them up. So, when you do that, when you make the same mistake again and again and again, and then let's say you expect a different result, according to Einstein, that was the definition of insanity. So, are we living in a world filled with psychopaths? Yeah, we are. So, how do you avoid being the dog that eats his own throw up? How do you stop being the fool that returns to their own folly? You have to break the cycle. And the cycle is built out of comfort. It's built out of what you know. If you know that your group of friends or a group of associates or group of whatever isn't good for you, stop associating with them. Cut them out. And that's one of the hardest things somebody could do, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's a network, whatever. If you know those people aren't good for you and they're not getting you anywhere and you have no influence over them and you can't steer them in the right direction and they're not helping you when you're trying to go in the right direction, cut them out. If you keep doing the same things over and over again, even though you know they're not good for you, stop. This takes work. This takes effort. This takes a lot more than a 10-minute Coffee with Dave episode to help you with, to help myself with. So, because, speaking of fools, I'm the king of fools. Also the most humble person on the video. So, because everyone knows things that are not good for them, they should not do, but we all do them anyway. We all, I hope, go home after a long day of work and just veg out on the couch a bag of pretzels in our lap, or a 6-pack of beer at our side, or soda, or a 600-calorie coffee from Starbucks that's mostly sugar and cream and maybe a an espresso shot worth of coffee in a large cup, what they call venti over there. We all know that's not good for us, but we all do it. And then we wonder why, when we stand up, we hurt. Or why going upstairs hurts sometimes. Or you're out of breath after a frickin' flight of stairs. It's because we're dogs returning to our own vomit. Period. It's like, we know that we should go to the gym. We know that we should go for that walk. We know. But we're dogs, man. We're just dogs. Or fools. Doggy fools. So, as a dog returneth to its vomit, so does a fool return to his folly. Truer words have never really been spoken by the condition of humanity. And you have to go back all the way to Proverbs to get that truth. There's a lot more truth in that book too, so I would recommend reading it, even if you're not religious. Even if you are like a Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins level atheist. Go read Proverbs. There's a lot of wisdom in there. So we'll be covering a little bit of it in future episodes as well, because no matter what your religious beliefs, if you have some, if you have none, it's relevant. And it's good. So, let's go back to being fools, because, well, come on, we're all a little foolish some of the time. Some of us are foolish all of the time, or most of the time. So, how do you get out of a foolish rut? How do you get out of, let's say, lazing around on the couch? Well, other than getting rid of your couch, because the people you live with, if you live with someone, might get a little angry at that, to come home one day and the couch is gone. Hey, where's the couch? Well, I was spending too much time on it, so I got rid of it. Oh, I also got rid of all the food in the fridge. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I'm proud of you. That's not how that conversation would go. It would probably go with a lot of yelling and screaming and calling you an idiot, stuff like that, which I'm not going to say it's true. I'm not going to say it's true at all. But it is. The thing is, let's take myself for an example. I have to build up momentum in order to do housework. And I know that if I come home and I know I have to do something, like, let's say my wife wants me to do the dishes or clean up the kitchen or whatever, if I so much as take off my shoes when I get home, I lose momentum. I have to go straight to what I have to do and do it. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna get done, because I will find myself on the couch or responding to emails or anything like that. So, which, not a bad thing, by the way. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying things need to get done. You need to keep up the momentum that you had when you initially decided on doing it. So, one way of doing it, other than doing everything all at once and driving yourself crazy, is as soon as you get that idea in your head, hey, I have to do this, but I don't want to. That's all the way over there. It's like at least 20 feet. I would take a few steps. I'd have to get up. Do the countdown. Dave, what's the countdown? Well, let me tell you. The countdown is this. You don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And then you go, right? If you need a little bit more time, start at 10. But because a sense of urgency is momentum building, I start at 3. 3, 2, 1, go. And you can apply this to anything that you've been a fool about. Need to have a tough conversation. 3, 2, 1, go. You need to cut some people off because they're toxic or they're not bringing you anywhere or they're bullies or whatever. 3, 2, 1, get out of there. Go. So, you have Uncrustables in the freezer, or you can make yourself a salad. Uncrustables take 2 seconds. I mean, to bring out, you have to let them thaw unless you're a savage and a psychopath and eat them frozen like a savage psychopath. Or the salad. Salad's healthier as long as you don't put an entire bottle of blue cheese or ranch dressing on it. 3, 2, 1, make the salad. 3, 2, 1, cook that chicken breast. 3, 2, 1, ignore that cake that your mother-in-law brought over because that's what she does. That's all she does. It's not all she does. I'm kidding. There's a lot of cake involved with mother-in-laws and grandparents. It's weird. So weird. Well, look at that. It's 7 o'clock and it's time to rock. So don't be a dog that returns to his puke. Don't be a fool that returns to their folly. Go out there, disrupt your foolishness, and have a great and productive day. So, on that note, finish your coffee. I know I will. And have a great, productive, unfoolish day. And stay away from that puke. Gross.